Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, or good day for wherever you may be located. My name is Brittany. I go by Lily in video games mostly, and I started Twitch as a way to watch video game streamers, so that's why my username is Lily. And I figured it's unique enough and interesting enough to just keep it like that. On Instagram, I go by Brittany.crafts, and I do have a link on my channel page with my Instagram. I don't really post there much, but I will be trying to post more frequently there. Today, I am just going to go through all of the arts and crafts, or mostly fiber arts, that I have in progress, and then I will be opening my Black Needle Society Mermaids, Dragons, and Unicorns, or Unicorns, Mermaids, Unicorns, and Dragons box. I got that in the mail today. I will give a warning before I open it up in case you are receiving one in the mail and don't want it to be spoiled. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the most recent cross stitch I've been working on. I've been working on multiple cross stitches over this past month because of it being I've been on the 24 Hours of Cross Stitch Facebook group, and they are doing like challenges for that, and I've been trying to keep up with that. And bear with me, my camera is backwards and I can't figure out how to flip it, so I'm doing the best I can. This is Pandemic. This is going to be very large. It's going to be about the size of this whole piece of paper, or a piece of fabric, which is a gorgeous linen from Mystic Fabrics called Dreamy. It is 28 count, 18 by 27, and I am doing this 1/1, so it's really, really tiny. And I am using only one piece of floss, 1/1, one piece of floss, and it's Forbidden Fiber Co.'s Ravenclaw, so there's some like kind of gray blue and a deeper, darker blue in there. This is by Long Dog Samplers. I'm gonna put a picture of what it is up on the screen for you to see. So this is what it will look like. I'm currently in this tiny little corner in the upper left tiny corner. Yeah, there's a lot to do. I'm actually doing this as a memorial piece for my dad. So where it says 2020 here, and there's initials somewhere in the piece as well, I'm going to do the year he passed away, which was 2016 instead of 2020, and his initials somewhere in the piece. This was given out for free in 2020 when COVID happened. There's like 2 weeks where they were giving this chart. Long Dog Samplers was giving this chart for free, and yeah, I just figured it'd be a fun, interesting. I really enjoy working on this and remembering my dad while I do so, even though it is tedious with it being 1/1 and quite tiny full crosses, but I think the end result's going to be worth it. Let me go ahead and get back to camera. I've been working on this for like 3 hours in the past week, and I have barely gotten this section done. I had to frog one section in there like 3 or 4 times before I finally got it right, and it took forever. And so I'm kind of getting ready to put this in timeout, but I'm also just determined to actually make it look like I got further than I actually have, because I've put so much time in it so far, just this week alone, and it's just frustrating that it doesn't look like I've put that much time in it. But yeah, I use Pattern Keeper to keep track of this on my tablet. So that's one of my newer relatively newer starts or pieces that I'm working on. Excuse my arm. Okay, and then the next piece I have is one this is my most recent start. I started it this month. It is called Lunar Cycles by Witch's Garden Crafts. This is on a very gorgeous, deep 32 count Lugana by Picture This Plus. I don't know if they changed the name, but I've had this fabric forever, and I stopped cross stitching for like almost a year, and I only recently got back into it. But where did my piece go? It is not showing true to color. It's like a really deep blue. Let me see if I can get a light on it to bring out the color. Yeah, that doesn't help much. But yeah, it's a very deep, almost, I don't even know what to call it, but it's a very pretty blue. And yeah, this is called Lunar Cycles. Let me show you a picture of what that looks like. Lunar cycle. This is what it looks like. I'm doing all the called for colors in it, and not quite called for fabric. My fabric's a little bit more lighter, not like lighter, but closer to the turquoise as opposed to the navy color. Yeah, so that's where this is about 2 hours worth of work, probably. Not too bad for where I'm at. Yeah, this is about 2 hours worth of work. I'm hoping this will be a really quick piece to work up. I haven't worked on it in a week or so, but I think it might be coming up on the 24 hours across stick I'm doing. That is nothing in there. One there. This one is also, this one's going to be pretty quick to work up. This is a Cthulhu piece I'm doing for my husband. It's on almost like an olive green, and sorry it's not true to color, but yeah, it's an olive green that looks really good with this green floss. I am modifying the floss colors with what I have, and also with something that would turn out better on here. But yeah, this is, I think it's 740 or 741. I can't quite remember. This is going to say, that is not dead which can eternal lie, and with strange eons even death may die. It's a H.P. Lovecraft's, one of his more famous quotes with his Cthulhu horror story. This is going to be really quick to work up. I'm almost done with all their lettering. The all under here and down is going to be a lot of black. This is no longer for sale on the website. I got it from Enter the Dream on Etsy. Got this years ago. It was one of my first patterns I've purchased, and I am finally getting around to it. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of black when I get around to it, which will be fairly soon. Okay, and then this one is my Heaven and Earth design, and if you don't know what Heaven and Earth design is, they're typically full coverage pieces. I am like maybe about 2% of the way done with this. This is the upper left corner. And it just looks like a solid block of blue, but there's 3 or 4 different colors of blue in there, but you can't really see it too well. But yeah, put in quite a few stitches on this. This is a huge piece of 25 easy count or easy grid. It is called Mystic Forest, and let me pull that up for you. Heaven Earth Designs, the artist is Julie Fain, and it is going to look like this. I love the unicorn and the fairy, but it's going to be a lot of blue. I've done a little bit of this upper corner. Not much, but just a little bit. And maybe I'll start being able to see this tree trunk soon. So yeah, that's my Heaven Earth design. This one is probably going to take me a lifetime to finish, which is fine. It's a nice, easy, I'm doing 2/1, so 2 threads, 2 threads of floss over 1 thread on the easy count, 10th stitch, so I don't do full crosses, and it just all goes in fairly well that way. Let me turn off the browser. And I thought that was it, but it's not. Okay. This is my favorite needle minder I have. It's a Agnes Little Minders on Etsy. She also has a Facebook group. She's in the UK, I believe. Oh my goodness, trying to work backwards is interesting with the camera. But yeah, this is absolutely adorable. She handmade this, and definitely one of my favorite needle minders. And then this is going to be a biscornu, which I am making as a small gift for the Black Needle Society camp Black Needle that the Black Needle Society is hosting in Missouri in August. Since I am local, I went ahead and got a ticket, and yeah, I'm making this. This is called Lavender Biscornu. I believe it was in the August 2020 Just Cross Stitch magazine. This is on like a gray with some purple in it, like a purple gray fabric that I had lying around. And I am doing colors that I had in my stash to make it kind of look like a flame with dark red, orange red, going all the way down to white. And this is working up pretty quickly. Now that I have 1/4 of it done, it's getting really easy just to mirror what I've done so far. I'm hoping to have this finished fairly quickly. And this is probably one of my oldest, or my second oldest at least. Work in progress. This is Peppermint Purple's 2020 Year of Black Work. I am using a variegated purple blue floss DMC on I think this is Ada. It was supposed to be Lugana, but it definitely works more like Ada from Joann's. That is not even at all. The squares are more rectangular shape, but it works for the black work, even though some things are a little bit more elongated. But yeah, I am almost finished. I have like one more. I need to finish this block, which I'm almost done with. And then I'll have 5 more blocks on the bottom, and then I had to go through and outline all the blocks in black, like I did up here. And then I'll finally be finished, but I have not worked on this in a while, just because I'm like almost done, and my brain basically getting like senioritis type deal. I will probably get this professionally framed, since I did customize it to remember the year my husband and I got married. It's really pretty in person, and my camera is not doing true to color. But yeah, I'm hoping to get this done. My goal is to hopefully have it finished by this year, but I don't even know if that includes black work. I hope to have at least the inner parts of each week done. I'll show you what that is supposed to look like. So you can find this on peppermintpurple.com in their stitch along section. This is their 2020 black work sal, and this picture shows the called for colors. I just chose to do one color because at the time I did not have the funds to buy all the flosses, and I used what I had on hand, plus 2 skeins of a pretty variegated from DMC that I found at my local store. I don't think they have that color anymore because I've been having a hard time locating a similar one, but I think I have enough to finish what I've done so far. Okay. And let's see. Okay, I'm almost done. This is a gorgeous Q-snap bag I got for Mother's Day. Oh no! Yeah, almost dropped my favorite needle minder. This is a Q-snap cover, and this is definitely my oldest project here. This is the Harry Potter's Letters from Hogwarts stitch along. Sorry, there's like discoloration. I think it's from sitting untouched for so long. I'm hoping it'll come out when washed. Not sure what the discoloration's from, but let's see if I can. This is 1/1 because I'm a glutton for punishment. Or is it 1/2? No, this is 1/2, but it's 40 count linen. This is, I believe, Picture This Plus Helix. Opalescent, so there is some glitter or iridescent thread in there. But I've done the top portion. This is by Stuart Cunningham. I believe you can find him on Cunningham Cross Stitch. I'm sure if you Google Hogwarts Stitch Along and Cunningham, this will pop up. But this is a free pattern that he did. It was a mystery stitch along for the year of 2019 through 2020. I restarted this multiple times and finally got a fabric I like, and then got as far as finishing the top before I kind of burnt out on it. I have actually taken this out and added all of this stitching down at the bottom here last week and started enjoying it more. I'm hoping to finish the chapter 1 border this year and start in on the actual chapter 1 piece, which is all full coverage. It's like the biggest piece of all the releases that they had. I did a modification to the castle that was in the group, and I did this modification over here as well. This was supposed to be, I believe, an owl, but I like the 9 3/4. This was also in the group. And my castle actually glows. But I have like a yellow, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have like a yellow discoloration right up in here. And I don't know if it's from sitting in a cheap tote bag my friend got me for over a year. I don't know if like dye, but it's like literally just right here and then on the edges over here. I'm hoping it's not like sun damage or the dye is fading or the thread bled. I'm hoping it's not something like that. Because this is like a really pale blue and it shouldn't have any yellow, and I'm just noticing very obvious yellow, which I'm not a fan of. So let's hope that when I do finish it and wash it, it'll look not as yellow. So this last piece of fabric isn't a work in progress yet. I do have more fabric, but I just wanted to show it. It is a really pretty neutral called Legacy. It's a 32 count Lugana, 36 by 54 inches. And I am going to be doing the Supernatural Stitch Along by, bumped the camera, by Witchy Stitcher. And if you haven't seen what that looks like, I highly recommend you Google it. Let me see if I can pull it up for you real quick. But yeah, I'm going to do the Supernatural cell. I really liked the Cryptid cell, but I'm definitely more into the Supernatural than Cryptids. I didn't do the Cryptid cell, but maybe, depending on how I feel, I might purchase that pattern after I finish or get partway through the Supernatural cell. But yeah, I got that Legacy fabric for that. I have another one that I was going to use, but it just seemed a little bit too dark. Let's see. Yeah, let me pull that up. I think it's .com. I think that's the website. Nope, not going into that. So let's go ahead and just Google Witchy Stitcher. So I can get to her actual, yeah, it's the Witchy Stitcher. There we go. So, yeah, I'm doing the Supernatural Stitch Along. And this is kind of like what the border is going to look like. Here is the Creepy Cryptid cell. Trying to see if maybe she'll have the full thing shown now that the Cryptid cell is complete. Oh my goodness, there we go. No, this was... But yeah, I also have a Cone of Doom. Yeah, I'm sure if you Google or go onto Facebook or Instagram and search for the Cryptid cell or the Witchy Stitcher, you'll be able to see what the Cryptid cell looks like complete. But yeah, I'll be doing the Supernatural version of it, which is a sister stitch along. So you can hang them up side by side or do one or the other and they'll look great either way. Now, I was just showing you all of that without actually showing you all of that. Here, let me try that again. Yeah, so this is the Supernatural cell that I am going to be starting on June 1st. That is when the border is released, and I'm really excited to do that. And that's what I'm going to be using the Legacy fabric on. And I'll be doing 2/2 on the 32 count. I would think 16 or 32 counts my favorite size, just because I can do loop start more easily and it's easier to see, and I think 2 over 2 on 14 count is not enough coverage for my preference, which is why I like the 16 count. Okay, I think that's all of my current works in progress for cross stitch. I'm going to show you my knitting as well. I don't have patterns to show for the most part for these. I just have like current progress. Oh, almost dropping stitches. So this first one is one that I've been working on probably the longest and I actually love the most. I just keep forgetting where I'm at in the cable when I pick it back up. So it's been kind of rough on me picking it back up. It's going to be a throw, and I am pretty far. No, not pretty far. I have like maybe a sixth of it done, but it's just really light and soft, even though it looks like it should be heavy. I love the cable work in this. I know I've made a mistake somewhere where I got off on my count or something, but it's whatever. Only I'm gonna notice it when it's done, and that's kind of where I'm at with this. Is only I'm gonna be the one to notice the mistakes. But yeah, this is the right side of it. I think I've done another mistake here, but I'm not sure. I need to actually work on it more to find out. But yeah, see, here's my first mistake. This is supposed to be one thing, but it looks like I did too much knitting or purling right there. But yeah, it kind of just blends in, and it's at the bottom. No one's going to see it. It's just super soft. Love the colors of it. You can probably tell I love blue. Most everything I have is blue. And that's why I'm doing the blue at the end, and then gray in the inside. This is a free pattern I found on like Brene or Bernat, whatever you want to say. Like at their website. Yeah, you can probably search their free patterns and find it. I forget what it's called. Forgot to look it up. But if you are interested in knowing, leave a comment and I will respond with trying to find it and posting it somewhere. Still figuring out all of that stuff. I am setting up a Discord, but trying to learn how to link them. Okay, this next one I started mostly because I went to the store and my 4-year-old daughter, excuse the rustling. Oh, okay. Forgot that was in there. I've got some fabric. Got some cross-stitch fabric in this knitting bag because I haven't put it away. Okay, this is a crochet piece. I don't think I have a picture of what the end result's going to be, but you can kind of get the gist of it. My camera is making everything look more yellow than it actually is. This is more of a, not really it's more of a forest green. It's coming up a little bit more olive than it really is. But this is going to be a scarf. I am using Super Saver yarn. I hate it. It's so rough, but it looks really pretty so far. And I'm hoping once it's washed and blocked, it'll look good. It's going to be a lot longer, and it's going to have tassels at the end, or I think tassels. It's going to have like 6 tassels at the end. I don't know if you can really see the texture of it very well. This is a really quick, easy pattern, really easy to remember. I just don't like the feel of the yarn, so I don't work on it as much as I could. Yeah, but this is my current crochet piece. I don't crochet as much. I actually prefer knitting now, but crochet works up really quickly and tends to be easier. And if I mess up, I can just easily pull out a row or 2 and fix it. And you can't really do that with knitting as easily. And then this is my main knitting project that I've been working on. I haven't picked it up in a few weeks, almost a month now, but I really want to pick it up again. It is the Cozy Cottage Sampler Afghan from Annie's Knit Striped Afghan Club. I get like 3 balls of yarn and a new pattern release every month until I get the full, like all of the stripes, all 30 stripes and then border for this Afghan. I think I almost have all the materials, but I'm only on stripe 11. I just finished stripe 10 last time I worked on this. But yeah, stripe 10 was a really pretty rib. And they got this pretty lace for stripe 9. I really like the color work here. This was really easy and really quick to do. Moss stitch is always really like a really pretty texture. More lace work here. Bubbles. More lace work, a little bit more intricate. And more lace work. Lots of different lace types. This actually was the star stitch. I hated this one. It took me forever to do. It was easy to do, but time consuming. Like, it turned out really nice. It's really pretty, but it was so time consuming for the amount of work you put into this texture. It took forever to work up. This is simple garter and then stockinette. I think I got those right. I'm not sure if I got them confused, but I could have. Yeah, I love how it's starting to look. My next one is the hazelnut, which literally just looks like the baubles, but instead of it being circles, it's more of a almond shape. So, and it's in this, I think it's called biscotti. It's in the biscotti color. But yeah, maybe I'll pick that up tonight and work on. Really liked the simple rib right here. This was really nice to work with. And how it feels, just it makes my hands happy. But yeah, this has been my main knit project just because it's been traveling. It's easier to travel with. The Chanel or whatever it is, Brene blanket yarn is very difficult to carry around everywhere. Very difficult. So I usually just bring the striped Afghan. I am going to mute myself really quick to get a drink of water. Give me a moment. Okay, so that is all of my fiber arts, and I'm sorry if I keep bumping the camera and my mic. I'm still getting used to this, and she washed my hair today, and it's kind of all poofy, and I'm leaving it down so it don't lose my curls. But yeah, it keeps bumping into the mic, and yeah, not realizing it. So this is. I'm extremely excited for this. Like, I cannot wait. I am on their wait list to actually start getting this bi-monthly box. I was able to purchase the steampunk box, which was March's box, from someone who did not want it. And then this one I was able to get online. If they have extra boxes, they put them on at a certain time. The Black Needle Society will announce on their website that they will release or open up for general public the bi-monthly subscription box. And I was able to snag this month's box, which is the theme is mermaids, unicorns, and dragons, or unicorns, mermaids, and dragons, something like that. It's basically fantasy creatures, and I had to get it. I was able to get it as soon as it was released on the website, and I'm on their wait list, and I'm hoping I can get onto their wait list to start getting this bi-monthly without having to set my alarm to get the extras at once the subscribers get their boxes or purchase their boxes. Okay, so if you are getting the Black Needle Society box and don't want to be spoiled, like it's still in the mail, you haven't received it yet, I would look away, just like minimize Twitch, not watch, you like go to another stream or something and then come back and watch when you are when you get your box. If you don't mind being spoiled, you can stick around, but this is your spoiler warning. And I also did the spoiler warning in the title of this video, so hopefully if you are joining halfway through and you have the Black Needle Society box, you're aware that you might get spoiled if you don't want to be. So last chance to look away if you don't want to see what's inside this. I know no one else is watching, but if you watch the replay. Okay, so I'm so excited for this. I love all things fantasy. I love the steampunk box. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I wasn't going to get it, and as soon as I saw what the theme was, I had to have it. Okay, so this is what we have right when we open up. And I already love this color right here. This is basically my favorite color. This is mermaids. Mermaids, unicorns, and dragons. Oh my. I'm not going to open that because it has spoilers. Right off the bat, you see Thatcher's Unicorn Gourmet Popcorn. I can guarantee my 4-year-old is going to immediately open this as soon as she gets home from school. She is going to devour this. It looks really tasty. It is air popped and gluten free. It does contain milk and soy. And this is the ultimate popcorn, San Francisco style. 8 ounces of it. I don't know what it would taste like. Okay, I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna open this bag and give it a taste. So I'm gonna mute so you don't hear me chewing and opening this bag. Okay, that's interesting. So it tastes like kind of like a cross between Fruity Pebbles and cotton candy. Like, it just reminds me of summer. So I don't know if it's like going to a carnival or something. It's not bad. It's quite good. But yeah, it's kind of fruity and cotton candy-y. Definitely sweet, but a good crunchy snack. Water real quick. Excuse me if you hear me gulping. Okay. Let's do this one. It is white. Yeah. That's about as much information as I can get from this. Of course, I didn't think to grab scissors. And it is quite heavy. It is quite heavy. Oh, and that would be why it is cast iron. Oh my goodness. It is a cast iron mermaid bottle opener. That is cool. I can get rid of my other bottle openers, but yeah. Definitely a mermaid. Definitely heavy. Made in China. Yeah, it's a bottle opener. That's actually really useful, so I am probably going to see if I can find something to hang this up on our wall. My daughter will love this. She is obsessed with Ariel. Very cool. Okay. So after I'm done opening this, I will be more than likely doing some diamond painting and just chilling out. So this is a needle minder. Oh, I see something I desperately need and have been wanting so badly. This is an adorable dragon. Little baby dragon holding a cross-stitch hoop. Some crosses in it. A very strong magnet. Very cute. It looks like something that you could make on like a glow forge. With like wood etched. Very pretty. Very light. So if you stitch in hand, it'd be probably a good needlework to have. This is from Cassie's Needle Minders. There is a Facebook group and Etsy shop on there. Trying to get it to focus. Hopefully you can read that. Yeah. Cassie's Needle Minders with a Z at the end. Etsy.com. Their shop name is Cassie's Needle Minders with a Z. And cross stitch pattern is Autumn Lane Stitchery. So it's a dual-sided business card. I really like this dragon. He's so cute. Now I gotta try and keep it out of my daughter's reach. And he attaches to the mermaid. Okay, so this is what I desperately need. I don't have a pair of stitching scissors. Embroidery scissors. I don't have one of these. Let me actually put you... I'm going to go grab the stitching scissors I've been using, like the ones I have, and show you guys that. So give me one moment. You're going to be on mute for a little bit. There's going to be a little bit of silence, but I'll be right back. Okay, I have been using these. These are nail scissors. Very sharp. They get the job done. But lately they've been getting kind of dull, harder to actually cut stuff with. So I've been dying to get my hands on a pair of actual embroidery scissors. This is my needle minder. I'll be transferring that over. Or sorry, scissor fob. Might need to see about getting a scissor fob that matches my scissors, but this is the scissor fob. It's the only reason why I can keep these scissors anywhere and find them. But yeah, these are... I don't know how long my mom had these buried underneath her sink in our house in Nevada, but she never used them. And at one point, I don't know why, but I acquired them, and I've had them forever. And then when I started cross stitching, they just naturally became my cross-stitch scissors. So yeah, and they'll probably be backup cross-stitch scissors for like my multiple like tidbit bags. Oh, I just dabbed popcorn. Give me a moment. Okay, sorry about that. So this very pretty packaging actually says Black Needle Society right over here on the left of the screen, and unicorn embroidery scissors. So these are very cute. They're in a rainbow titanium, I think. And I know they use like like an like a electricity bath or something with some like an acid bath or something to get the color changes. If you keep it in the electricity for longer, you get the varying degrees of color depending on what's submerged. But yeah, I'm excited to use these. I have been dying for a pair of scissors. Not even joking. Very pointy. Hopefully they cut a little bit better than my really old nail scissors. Like extremely old nail scissors. More than 10 years old. Okay, let's see what's in here. I have a feeling it's a tumbler based off of this beautiful blue straw. Okay, this looks like a mermaid tumbler. Oh boy. I am going to have one heck of a time being able to use this as my own. My daughter will likely try and steal it. I love this. I have a cup problem at my house. I collect cups, tumblers mostly. It comes with an O-ring in here. So it looks like, yeah, you can put the O-ring so it doesn't leak onto the cup. And might have very awkward to do with nails. I don't know if I have this in here correctly. I'll figure it out later. But yeah, I have a lot of tumblers. I have multiple Starbucks tumblers. This one, my husband complains about my tumblers, but he actually got this one for me last week, Thursday of last week. I wasn't feeling well, and these had just been released, and he surprised me with it. But yeah, I have a lot of tumblers. I absolutely love them, and I am probably gonna be taking the mermaid one to the Camp Black Needle for the in-person retreat in August. Okay. Oh boy, there's a lot more stuff in here. I'm surprised. Okay, let's look at the specialty flosses. Let's see. Oh, I love how these. Ooh. Fiberlicious Unicorn Dream Cotton Color Fast. 10 yards of it. This is gorgeous. It's like a definitely more, not quite rainbow, definitely more unicorn kind of vibe feeling. This is a gorgeous thread. Put that away. That's the only floss. Okay. Got pip stickers. Okay. Well, hopefully that doesn't mess anything up. Okay. These are cute little stickers. A little bit textured. No, not really textured. And they have little bubbles. They are cute. Very cute. Probably going to go straight to my daughter's sticker collection because she's 4, obviously. Oh. I think I know what this is intended to be. But I also know what it likely... So this is probably something to hold, like a notions holder, so you hold your scissors and floss and stuff while you are flossing. However, I actually have one, but it's a hexagon shape that is dragon scale, like rainbow dragon scale looking leather, like, or pleather, and I use it for dice when I play Dungeons and Dragons. So this is, it looks like the a dice tray to contain your dice when you roll them, and I probably will end up using it for that. Look how cute the little dragon is. But yeah, it's great for notions. So I can put my scissors in here and any floss on a bobbin or thread drops I'm using in here, and they won't go anywhere. They won't fall off the table unless the entire thing falls off. Very cute. I'm definitely works for Dungeons and Dragons. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and cover that for now. We can look at it together later. But this is an adorable mermaid bag. Crinkly noises. Lots of crinkly noises. This is beautiful. I love this bag. This is a gorgeous bag. So yeah, mermaid vibes. I got pretty crystals on it. It's got galaxy themes. It's got octopi, mermaids. The octopi are, and it's got unicorns. And it does have dragons in the background, so it's got everything in this month's theme. And the octopi have signs saying, "I love you more." But yeah, it's very cute. Beautiful purple on the inside. Okay. So I think this is the last thing in here. And I don't know if you heard it, but I had like a huge gasp. Like I lost my breath. The Beauty and the Beast, which, by the way, Beauty and the Beast is my favorite Disney princess movie. This is not showing up true to color, but this is a gorgeous blue dragon, so my favorite. Beautiful mermaid. I have been wanting to get an Autumn Lane stitchery. I'm pretty sure they're the ones who did the Queen of the Sea. I've been dying to get one of their patterns, and I think I just got one of their patterns. So, very excited. Don't know when I'll be working on it. I'm going to open this off camera so we don't spoil any. This is suggested fabric is 28 count linen, gray magic by Bee Stitch Me. I think I might have, oh my goodness, this is huge. Yeah, this is huge. So gorgeous. Okay. But yeah, let's see if that helps. Oh yeah, that helps the color a little bit without having the glare of the plastic. I love how it looks on that fabric, and I don't know if I have a piece of gray fabric that large, so I might have to invest in a similar fabric. But yeah, I might have a fabric that works for it, but I'm not entirely sure. I know I have a very, very dark opalescent, but I don't think that'll work for this piece. And again, I don't know if it's big enough. What size does it call for? Stitch count is 140 by 195, so not terribly big. It's basically on a 14 count, it's 10 inches by 13 inches. Okay, so I can get a like quarter yard or something like that, like the 15 by 17 inches or so. So I can get a smaller piece for that. This is definitely, oh, I love this pattern so much. I need to get a finish in, or at least get good progress on my big projects before I can start this. But yeah, I don't know what I'll use this thread for. I will find something for it, and it will probably be an easy monotone, maybe some black work or something. Monotone piece. Goodness. Okay, we're gonna leave that like that. Okay, so I'm gonna tidy up, and then we'll go do some diamond painting. Give me a moment. I'm going to put you on intermission while I get set up for diamond painting. Okay, so before I fully put this up away, I'm going to go through the little info flyer that came with it. I completely forgot about it. It got buried under all the excitement. So, again, last chance. Spoilers if you're just coming in and you don't want to see what's in this box. This is the Black Needle Society Mermaids, Unicorns, and Dragons Oh My box. You can look away now. So we have the Dragon Heart Needle Minder, which was made by Aaron at Adorable Baby Dragon. He drew the Adorable Baby Dragon. He's at Autumn Lane Stitchery. And it's an exclusive, adorable needle minder. Well, I don't know if it's exclusive, but it's adorable. Hand dyed by Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers is the Unicorn Dream floss. Unicorn scissors that were created by the Black Needle Society. Mermaid bottle opener by Hampton Nautical. Don't forget to recycle. That's what it says in there. We gotta save the mermaids. We do. Make sure you don't throw plastic and litter. Recycle what you can and reduce where you can as well. And reuse where you can. Unicorn popcorn made by Thatcher's Gourmet Popcorn. Says fruity flavored popcorn, keep your fingers clean and use the snack chopsticks from our January box. I need to buy some of those. Mermaid Tail tumbler curated by the Black Needle Society. Stay hydrated while stitching this month's Under the Sea theme project. We love this metallic mermaid tail tumbler for keeping cold drinks nearby, but with a lid in case it gets knocked over. Very smart. Vegan leather baby dragon snap tray. One of our most popular items released in a monthly box has to be our accessory tray for March 2021. We couldn't resist sending another one with this adorable baby dragon hand stamped when we came across it. Yeah, again, I'm going to probably be using it for Dungeons and Dragons and rolling dice, but I could see how it's really useful for keeping all of our notions and stuff in accessories. Unique corn sticker sheet set is made by Pipsticks. Faux leather Love You More project bag. It was designed by Love You More Studio. So Love You More Studio is a book sleeve business that was started in 2018. It was hand drawn by Katie at Love You More. And Beauty and the Beast cross stitch chart. So it says Erin from Autumn Lane Stitchery was our first and only choice for creating a stunning magical creature inspired pattern for our May subscribers. We hope you enjoy the stitch and think of cool sea breezes as summer approaches. Oh, I might have to get that started like right away. And then there's hashtag magical creatures BNS photo challenge, and you participate on Instagram and use the hashtag magical creatures BNS on these days to be entered into a $25 Etsy gift card. But yeah, so that's the end of the Black Needle Society box. Okay, so I'm going to do an intermission again real quick and then come back and do some demo painting and probably some get to know me questions again. Okay, sorry about all that wrestling if you heard it. But yeah, I don't see anyone watching, so totally fine. Yeah, sorry for the delay. I want to get all of my works in progress put away so that my daughter and my husband wouldn't step on them or run into them. Yeah, that's the right color. Okay, I'm actually going to adjust the camera, so give me a moment. Okay, that's a little bit better. You can see maybe a little bit more. Okay, so I'm only going to be doing this for a little while longer because my husband and daughter will be home in about 15 to 20 minutes, probably, maybe 30 minutes. But I am going to do another question thing just so I'm not silent. Okay. So, excuse me. First question is, what is my favorite candle scent? And I'm actually a Scentsy consultant. If you're interested, my website is bhuff.scentsy.com. Small plug, I suppose. I mostly am a consultant just for my own stuff, just so I can get cash back on my own stuff, so I don't really sell it all that much. Family, friends, for the most part, and myself. And my wax is not working properly. I don't have anything small to get wax out of. My favorite scent is pretty much anything pine. Like Christmas tree, wintry smells. Like if I had to choose like Bath and Body Works stuff, I love sweater weather. I love like the woodsy kind of smells like that. Yeah, that's my favorite candle scent is probably sweater weather from Bath and Body Works, but also anything pine or woodsy. From Scentsy, it's Luna and then Palm Breeze or Palm Tree Breeze. Mostly because I get those in the laundry scents. I don't like the next two questions because I honestly don't care about that kind of thing. It's what female celebrity do you wish was your sister, and then what male celebrity do I wish was my brother. And yeah, I don't really follow or care too much about either. How old do I think I'll be when I get married? I am already married. Happily so. We were together for basically almost 10 years before we got married. High school sweethearts met online. When I was 14 and he was 15, I lived in Nevada, he lived in Missouri, and met face to face for the first time after high school, and then traveled back and forth for a couple years every 6 or so months before we moved in together. But yeah, I'm happily married, got married in 2017 on the 1 year anniversary of my father passing away, with my mom's blessing. Just a couple of close friends to witness, and one of our friends got ordained as a minister just 'cause. And we got married in a Cold Stone Creamery after dinner. My husband was eating cotton candy ice cream with gummy bears in it. His lips were blue when we said our vows and had our first kiss as husband and wife. His lips were bright child blue. Yeah, I married a child basically. I was 23, almost 24 when I got married. Yeah, that's right. I stopped remembering how old I was once my daughter was born. Do I know a hoarder? It's a weird question, but I'm reading. It's on a maquette sloss in it. I don't know what it's supposed to say. Oh. Mama cat's losing it. There we go. 50 questions you've never been asked. YouTube tag is what I'm working. That's what I'm using. Do I know a hoarder? I guess technically I've met one. My friend's soon-to-be mother-in-law apparently hoards. I hoard in a way, but I have gotten a lot better about decluttering and getting stuff out of my house that I don't use and will most likely never use. I've kind of gotten the mindset that if it doesn't have any sentimental value and it's easily replaceable and we're not actively using it, then it can go away. Yeah, so I'm not a hoarder. I hoard craft supplies mostly. And yeah, craft supplies is the primary thing. And I've slimmed down my Tumblr collection a lot as well. But yeah, I technically know a hoarder. Apparently my friend cannot go into her soon-to-be mother-in-law's house because it would cause issues. Because no one should live in that filth, and you can't even open the front door all the way, it's that bad. And apparently my friends she calls them her nieces and nephews, even though technically they're not quite yet. As a couple, 2 nieces and a nephew that their father and them live in this house with the hoarder. So, yeah, there's feelings about that, as is understandable. Can I do a split? No, I don't think I probably was kind of able to, never really fully when I was a kid. And now, definitely not. I am morbidly obese. I am working on it. Getting ready to go see a doctor to finally get additional help. I believe my obesity partly is due to my depression that I have been in denial about, or I'm like 90% certain I have moderate to severe depression, and May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So if you feel like you need help, go talk to someone. I scheduled finally, after years of masking my depression and working through it as best as I can. I just can't anymore, and I have scheduled an appointment to see a doctor, get all my wellness stuff done, and see about getting an official diagnosis and what steps to take from there. Yeah, denial's a tricky thing. I might talk about that more in the future, but I don't know if I'm ready to open up about it now because it's only something I recently came to terms with, and I'm still struggling a little bit with it because it's been a long time coming, and I finally am giving myself grace and allowing myself to accept that I am likely depressed and that I need help. But yeah, back to the original question. No, I cannot do the splits. How old was I when I learned how to ride a bike? Without training wheels, I was probably about 5 or 6. I'm not sure if I was 6. I grew up camping a lot, and we rode bikes all the time. And so getting off of training wheels was something that we did fairly young. But yeah, I want to say it was like when I was around 6, but I also broke my foot when I was 6, so I don't know. I mean, I was only incapacitated by it for 3 weeks because kids heal really, really fast. But yeah, I was fairly young. How many oceans have I swam in? I have swam in the Pacific Ocean as a kid, mostly. Yeah, when I went to Hawaii, the Pacific Ocean. I have not been to the Atlantic Ocean to swim in. I've gone on a cruise to the Bahamas, but never just on the beach at the Atlantic Ocean to swim. So just the Pacific one, both from San Diego when visiting my grandparents growing up, and Hawaii when I went there when I was 9. Yeah. Trying to think. I've technically swam maybe in the Atlantic Ocean. It's Gulf of Mexico, Cozumel. So I don't know if that's part of the Pacific or Atlantic because it's on the east side of Mexico. So it might be the Atlantic or the Gulf of Mexico. But yeah, I will need to actually technically check my terminology for that area if that Gulf of Mexico is included in the Atlantic. How many countries have I been to? I've been to Mexico and the Bahamas and the United States. That is it. I would love to travel to more. I've been to Mexico multiple times, mostly for scuba diving when I was in high school. Gorgeous. Honestly, my parents both dove in Cozumel and on the Great Barrier Reef, and they say that the Cozumel diving was much better, like much clearer, much more colorful and vibrant. I know the Great Barrier Reef is struggling in more recent years, but yeah, when they went approximately 10 years ago, they much preferred Cozumel diving over the Great Barrier Reef. Is anyone in my family in the Army? My family growing up? No. I mean, my great-grandmother served in World War II, I believe. It's like a nurse or something in England, but I'm not certain. And I think her side of the family, like her brother and everyone, served in World War II. But in recent days, my side of the family, no. My husband's side of the family, yes. Air Force, mostly. His father was in the Air Force. And one of his aunts was also in the Air Force. What would I name my daughter if I had one? I do have one. And I actually picked out her name with my husband before we even got engaged. And for her privacy and stuff, I don't really necessarily want to give out the full name here. But I do know if we have another daughter, which we are hoping to, or at least another child, we would want to name, if it's a girl, probably Gwendolyn or Guinevere. I want to do Faye for the middle name, but probably not going to do Faye. Probably going to do Charlie to kind of remember my dad by. His middle name was Charles. But that may not happen, but we're hoping it will. What would I name my son if I had one? That one, kind of up in the air about. For the longest time, we're thinking Xavier Paul, or no, Xavier Charles, and then Xander Paul were the two boy names we had picked out, but I'm not sure about them anymore because they don't really break down into good nicknames. Like Gwendolyn and Guinevere have shorter nicknames you can use, but Xavier is kind of a mouthful, and so is Xander. And there's not really any good nicknames I can think of for those. What's the worst grade I got on a test? A 0 in college. The class was taught by a teacher's assistant, and at the beginning of the semester, he said classes are not mandatory and that he would email us assignments and the exam score or exam schedule when he decided when the next midterms would be. And the first 2 of the 3 midterms, he sent out a class-wide email. Third one, he did not send out an email at all. I was having car issues and could not make it to class. My car literally was my car at the time, the battery went out on it, the starter went out on it, and the alternator went out on it, all within a month of each other. And then about a month after we got all that fixed, it threw a rod. It was either when that was going on or when I got rear-ended and my car was in the shop. I was dealing with that injury. I think it was when I actually got rear-ended. It was when I got rear-ended and I was dealing with an injury from that and having to make sure I had a vehicle available, borrowing my parents' car and trying to get a hold of a rental and all that. But yeah, I got a 0 on that test because he said, well, if you were in class, you would know. And I'm like, you said at the beginning of the semester, class is not mandatory, and I physically could not make it to class. And since you set the precedent for the first 2 midterms that you would email out the dates. I did not make an effort to come to class during the midterm because I, again, physically injured from a vehicle accident. And I did really well in the final to where my GPA did suffer, but I passed the class. Barely, but I passed. I was pretty livid by that. And I know now I probably should have reported the issue and talked to someone, but I'm non-confrontational, so I didn't. Yeah, so 0 is the worst grade I got on a test, and I honestly don't count that. I probably would have gotten a B or something on that test in college. My favorite TV show when I was a child. That was actually a hard question. I really did not watch TV that much growing up. I was the one who, my parents, if I got grounded, they had to make me come downstairs and watch TV with them. I was always upstairs reading books. But when I did watch TV, if I had control over it, I would watch the Discovery Channel, mostly. I don't really remember what. But yeah, I would mostly watch the Discovery Channel or like Discovery Health. Like the ER stories and yeah, that's what I would watch. If I would have to say like actual show, the show I remember watching the most with my parents was probably NCIS or even CSI, like the original CSI, and then Bones. Bones, loved watching Bones. I've watched that, like I've binged that recently multiple times in the last couple years. So Bones, probably one of my big ones if I was watching TV and could name a show. What did I dress up as on Halloween when I was 8? I don't remember. I will tell you the outfit I remember the most, and it was probably around the time I was 8. I dressed up as a vampire, and my sister dressed up as a princess. And my mom, the only reason why I remember this is because my mom gave my sister fang marks, like I had bit her and made my sister look like she was turning undead, basically. Yeah, so probably vampire. I know I was probably a witch at some point in there too. Yeah, those are like literally the only Halloween costume I can super remember is a witch costume and a vampire costume. So I'm going with that. Have I read any of the Harry Potter, Hunger Games, or Twilight series? Yes to all 3. Actually, no, I have not technically read the Hunger Games. I don't think. It is something I want to do. I want to actually read them or listen to the audiobook of them. Love the Harry Potter books. I remember growing up with them. One of my fond memories with my dad is he woke my sister and I up at like 10 p.m. right before the last movie launch and took my sister and I to Borders for the movie launch. Or not the movie launch, sorry, the book launch. And both my sister and I were able to get a copy for that. But yeah, we went in our pajamas, and everyone else there was dressed up for Harry Potter. We had no idea we were going. It was something my dad did, spur of the moment, as a whim. And yeah, I remember my sister and I arguing about who would get to read the book first. And I kept saying I would, because I would finish it in a day. And I pretty much did. My sister would take a week to finish it. And then she pretty much did. But my dad, I don't think at the time we could afford that book, really. But he still bought both of us our own copy so that we can both read it and we wouldn't argue. But yeah, one of my best memories is that book release for the 7th book of Harry Potter. Twilight, I know a lot of people probably say this. I read the Twilight series before it became popular. Like, probably about 2 or 3 months before the whole Twilight craze hit. Maybe even sooner than that. Like 6 months maybe. I had actually read all the books, or read most of the books, and up until like the new one, Breaking Dawn or whatever, needed to come out. Yeah, and then I didn't understand the whole craze of it. It was a good book, but not the whole craze worthy. Oop. My family is home, so I'm going to go ahead and get off for the night. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I lost track of time. Yes, you're here. I'm going to see if I can send this stream to someone else. Okay, so I'm going to mute myself and send this over in a raid.